Yo. Okay, Curry joining this roster, that sounds kind of spicy, but nothing hits your palate.
Yeah!
Nothing hits your palate. Like motherfucking Brax. Brax is not a prodigy. He's been nicknamed the prodigy. He is special. T1 took a fucking hit. Van Silly, you know what? Van Silly's a great guy. He looks for the good in everything, but me, I'm fucking Kermit with the fucking hoodie, right?
Are you down bad
You
right
look
now?
at T1. You look at T1, and it's like, yo, what the fuck? This was the biggest team that first joined Valorant. They slacked. They were on the comeback, right? Skadizi, he got good with the op. He switched to Jet. Things are looking good. They flopped again, right? Now this team change happened. Why is Brax gone? I'm gonna be honest. Top two ciphers, in my opinion. Take a look at a Proto. You take a look at Brax. Brax is the deadliest cipher in the game, and now he's been unleashed. He's a free agent. Who's gonna pick him up? And how is T1 gonna overcome a huge loss, losing a phenomenal player like him?
Looks like AZK and Brax have lost their opportunity to make some more in the near-term future.
Crazy.
T1 makes a huge, it's a huge announcement. This guy, shit, I can fucking read the future in this guy's dome, but he's got plans, he's got thoughts about his roster. New coach comes on board who he seems to be a bit more of like a behavioral specialist. I'm sure he does plenty things to say about me.
Like, when you're looking at him right now.
Oh god, I wasn't ready for that.
No, Uber's on one. Go ahead, fans.
Sorry, I was gonna say he kind of does look like that when you kind of watch his video and the announcement and what they had to do with the changes and stuff like that too. He seems to be that type of person that's gonna try to like calm things down and make sure that if the tension gets high, then it's gonna be taken care of through this person. I don't know if he's necessarily gonna be the main coach going around about the IGLing of this team. I think now you're really putting it into the reins of Dazed. Now that you have AZK that kind of like stepped down with Fraud, because AZK also has in-game leadership experience, right? But now you're bringing in Automatic. I think this is great. Automatic is a great addition to this team because he's another one of those CSGO major winners with Skadoodle, right? So it's nice to see that he's able to continue forward. He's able to work with Skadoodle again. They have the winning mentality and attitude there. But who's going to play as the fifth player, right? So the rumors are that it's Curry. And Curry, like I said before, it comes from Triumph, and he's one of those players that were up and coming, super young right now. I think only 18 years old. So if he's going to be joining T1 and he's playing with a bunch of players that have like a CS background experience with these other three players outside of Spider, then that could help him in terms of helping the team and grow and get some success. But the overarching question or the elephant in the room is like, how did this all happen? How did this all come together?
Yo. Okay, Curry joining this roster, that sounds kind of spicy, but nothing hits your palate. Nothing hits your palate. Like motherfucking Brax. Brax is not a prodigy. He's been nicknamed the prodigy. He is special. T1 took a fucking hit. Van Silly, you know what? Van Silly's a great guy. He looks for the good in everything, but me, I'm fucking Kermit with the fucking hoodie, right?
Are you down bad
You
right
look
now?
at T1. You look at T1, and it's like, yo, what the fuck? This was the biggest team that first joined Valorant. They slacked. They were on the comeback, right? Skadizi, he got good with the op. He switched to Jet. Things are looking good. They flopped again, right? Now this team change happened. Why is Brax gone? I'm gonna be honest. Top two ciphers, in my opinion. Take a look at a Proto. You take a look at Brax. Brax is the deadliest cipher in the game, and now he's been unleashed. He's a free agent. Who's gonna pick him up? And how is T1 gonna overcome a huge loss, losing a phenomenal player like him? He could play. He could turn on the site. He could be aggressive. He can opt. He can do whatever it takes to help his team win. And now they're gonna be missing such a huge piece from this roster. And the thing is, them losing him isn't like Cloud9 losing Tens. Brax played along well with this team. He worked with their system. Now that's gone. You're going to have to find that somewhere else, man. That's going to be scary to me, and that's going to be the overarching storyline, in my opinion.
Well, even then, Brax, before he actually left, and it was announced yesterday, he was actually playing Jet during the VCT Open qualifiers with T1. So they even had a change in rosters and experiencing a different type of flow and play style for this team. And it's only been a week maybe 2 weeks. If
Yeah.
they're going to bring practice in, that Brax was playing Jet. So there has to be something else, not necessarily that's within their results, but something
Can we
more internal.
address the elephant in the room here?
Do it.
Don't you think that this departure is a little auspicious, especially in the wake
Yes.
of Frod leaving this team?
It's political.
Yes.
It's
I mean,
political.
Frod leaves the team. Friggin', 6'2" Yoda comes in as head coach, and so I look. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Back up.
I'm just trying. I'm just trying to.
Wait,
I'm quite
Uber,
sure.
back up though. But talk about like all of the team changes T1 has gone through now. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Well, okay. Here's. I know the people at Tier 1. I know. I definitely know what they were trying to create when this roster was first put together. Let's be honest here. Extending the olive branch to previously scorned players, who were banned in Counter Strike, and it's a great story, right? It really is.
Yeah.
But Frod literally cites ethical differences with the management of T1 departing that team. Let's not forget that this T1 organization has had their problems with management in the past. You don't have to think back too far to think about the absolute fuckfest that was what happened in League of Legends with this team, and how piss poor management, was definitely to blame with what happened with LS in that situation, and allowing a rabid Korean fan base to completely, ruin someone's life for a time, and then try to make it, and then try to thank the fans or sort of, I don't know, empower these absolute nut jobs out there to continue behaving this way. Different story in Valorant. It's a different kind of fan base, but Frod cites, some real, differences in leaving the team, and you have to wonder. I mean, we kind of saw this with Cloud9, right? One player goes, and then all of a sudden the wheels start to fall off, and the roster starts to look vastly different.
Mm-hmm.
So I 1 week is not really enough time for Brax to sort of find his feet. But I think if you're T1, if you're running things at T1, you're probably thinking, fucking hell, we need to get some results now, because we are in the midst of, the Champions Tour. And if we miss out on these Challengers qualifiers, we are going to be sitting on the outside looking in for some of the major Valorant competitions as the
100%.
year ramps up. Remember how we're talking, I reckon we did an episode at the end of December, right? We're talking about how teams have some time, things haven't ramped up yet, there's a whole break. Some teams didn't retool during that break or thought they were fine, and now reality hits fucking hard, and they have to come up with an answer really quickly. Someone like Automatic feels plug and play. That motherfucker was the Boston Major winner in 2018.
Exactly.
ESL Pro League Season 4. That guy's got like $500,000 of prize winnings just from Counter-Strike alone. So you know that he's going to, give you some plug and play value, but hey, Renegades just got rid of a player. You know what I mean? Bergie's left that roster. That's a 4-man roster right now. There's plenty of teams ranked, I don't know, 10
you
to
got some
30.
good building blocks on Renegades.
That could make use of this team.
Yeah, so rumors right now, if we're going to continue on the rumor mill, is for
Sure.
Renegades, it should be Roy. So Strong Legs, Mel's boyfriend, that's going to be the fifth player.
I did see him tweeting that he signed.
Yeah, because he put like the bird, and then he put the cowboy hat, and you could put like 2 and 2 together. Actually, if you want to be more Reddit detective, you could go to battlefly.com and check out all the teams that are registered currently for VCT Open Qualifiers number 2, and Strong Legs is in that roster for Renegades. But
fucking hell, man, get a life.
Listen, I don't watch VODs 24/7 like Sideshow, but I do my fucking Reddit detective stuff too.
Wait.
Go ahead,
I
Billy.
was gonna say I do this all the time in Advanced. You've heard me do some dumb shit like this. I always have fantasy rosters that I always love to make, right?
Yeah.
And I always think, if you're a great player, why not team with another fucking great player, right? This shit only makes sense. If I'm Brax and AZK, you know who I'm calling right now?
Who you calling?
I'm calling.
Don't say
Fizz.
United.
No, that United one. But the question is now, like, you take a look at all these rosters, Renegades. You look at teams that are failing to qualify right now, and you say, hey,
Complexity.
NRG could definitely get better. These teams, they could definitely use some strong pieces, man. I feel like Roster Mania, the shuffle, is gonna be sexy.
Look, and even for me, if I want to continue like the rumor mills, if you're thinking about Fraud and how tight he was with Brax and AZK, if again you're doing the Reddit detective and you're looking at what's going on in the qualifiers and who signed up, you currently have Fraud signed with Beast Coast. So is he going to be coaching Beast Coast in that roster right now? Beast Coast has been looking for solutions ever since they had a great run during the Pulse. Let's not mention that name. But during that past event where it was Beast Coast and the coming up of LG, the coming up of other tier 2 teams. So that was really cool for
Base
these pros to
Clan.
bring in Fraud. And if they bring those 2 players for AZK and Brax, they'll be great too. But
Sure.
to get back on that T1 topic, what I do like as well is thinking about it from, because, as Veli said, I'm the positive guy too, looking at it from a business perspective. I've watched an interview of Gunba with Dustin Borman, and Gunba was saying, like, it was an old mentality when it was about CS players coming in as a whole and finding a coach. And then if the coach didn't work too well, then you kick the coach and you find another coach and you find another coach. But sometimes it's not always about the players too. The coach kind of has to have that role of being like, I'm going to be the one that's going to be moving the pieces right now. And my players have to be the ones that are able to adapt with other players too. You can't play with your friends. We're playing to win. If you want to play to win, this is where you have to play in this roster.
Wow.
So if it comes down to that too, maybe there's that discrepancy for the vision that AZK and Brax has versus what Daze and Skadoodle has with Spider. And now you're bringing in other players that want to come in to win no matter who they want to play with, and why we have Automatic and potentially Curry coming in too.
I mean, easy to say if you're Gunber and you produce 3 top class Valorant rosters in like as many months. Like you probably have the management of Immortals telling him to do whatever the fuck he wants, right?
Yeah,
he
true.
gets an up launch, but I know that there will probably still be plenty of teams that sort of land the blame on the coach
Mhm,
first.
mhm.
But anyway, yeah, so we'll see what AZK and Brax make happen. I've always kind of expected them as a package deal. I mean, I remember AZK's stint as a McCree main on Team Liquid in Overwatch. That was a fighting experience. But so T1 from here, though, you sort of teased a little bit, Van Silly, about Curry. I don't know much about that particular player. I do know, obviously, what Automatic's going to add to a roster. Will it be the Kuster effect, where it's like a fairly quiet entrance, plays a sentinel and just does his job and looks pretty good? Still maybe gets outplayed by guys like a Proto and stuff like that, or maybe he comes in with a bang straight off. But
Hopefully
there's
it's
a lot of work to
man.
be done, and I am curious. I am curious. Jokes aside, I am very curious to see how a different structure sort of affects T1, because from what I can tell, and this is not a diss, like you can tell when I'm dissing the coach of T1. This is not a diss. I'm interested to see what his expertise is in terms of Valorant, or if he very much just deals with the behavioral science and sort of the mental coaching part of it, which is something, by the way, that I think is extremely important, especially in an online environment. I think where like your conditions are a little bit more controllable. That's a great time to actually instill some sort of structure and heuristic in terms of how players approach the game. And if they're young and coachable enough, malleable, so to speak, then you can do a lot of work with that. I really do believe in, with the exception of that Weldon guy in League of Legends, I generally do believe in the ability of behavioral coaches to make a big impact on players and improve results. So maybe Daze gets freed up a bit more. Maybe Fraud had too many strong opinions.
Yo, I just thought about this, yo. Put Brax on a team like motherfucking Andbox. Can you imagine that, Vans? Can you imagine that?
I don't know, man, because now if you're putting, like I said, Brax is currently playing Jet. You're gonna put him in an Andbox where potentially that has to replace Ye or
It's not a Ye
out of
state.
this position,
Yeah.
which will be
I
tough.
feel like
but-
you could put Brax in different places, though, man. I don't think you can put Brax in one box. You can't put him in one category.
I mean, if you put him back as a Cypher, who does he replace for Andbox? Is it
Seb.
Coach? Who's their Sentinel again?
Yeah, but then he'd also have to play the
Viper.
He'd also have to play the Viper as well.
All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Lots of theory crafting, but
Yes.
nonetheless, I'm still excited, as you mentioned, guys, and especially you, Mitch, about the roster or agent composition for T1. Once we're gonna get into the VCT Open Qualifiers number 2, who is gonna play what? And so far, every time we had a big name switching from CS, like a huge name switching from CS into Valorant, I've never seen them come in and it's like, oh, I'm gonna play Duelist. It's just like, oh, you're gonna be a Sentinel, oh, you're gonna be a controller, because you still have to learn like the mechanics of the game. I'd love to see Automatic just fucking come in and be like a Phoenix or Arena and just fucking pop off.
Yeah. I just want to watch. Hey, Automatic. Yeah, here's the stinger. It's fucking busted. Go.
Yeah. Here's
slap
a
him
frenzy.
Slap him on the ass. Get out there, son. Do some damage.
Think about this frenzy as a CZ75 for this pistol round. Just fucking go. And then we're good to go.